شعبة رضي الله عنه قال أحضرت لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
سوري الكرسي أنا بس
لمغيرة بن شعبة رضي الله عنه هل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يسقي الوضوء؟ قال فلما أراد أن يغسل رجليه أهويت على الخفين لأنزعهما. And when he was done with wudu, was with the last part, want to wash his feet, he had khuf, which is leather socks. And they used to wear it those days not as a socks, but like shoes. So I rushed to remove them. قال دعهما فإني أدخلتهما على وضوء أو طاهرتين. Leave them, because when I wore the khuf, I was up on wudu. قال فمسح عليهما, and he wiped over them, just like this. He wiped over them. Ali ibn Abi Talib رضي الله عنه said, لو كان الدين يؤخذ بالعقل لكان باطن الخف أولى بالمسح من أعلاه. Would the religion be understood by intellect? It's a matter of analogy, not an evidence, a dalil. Wiping the khuf, wiping the shoes from the bottom, deserve more than wiping it from the top. Meaning, when you wipe your shoes, you want to pray, or your socks, you wipe from the top. Where the najasa from the bottom, right?
No.
So you're supposed to clean the bottom. He said, would the deen be understood from with the intellect, then wiping it from the top, from the bottom, deserve it more than wiping it from the top. ثوبان رضي الله عنه قال بعث رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثرية فأمرهم أن يمسحوا على العصائب، العمائم يعني، والتساخين الخفاف، لأنه تسخن الرجول في البرد لأنها تحافظ عليها دافئة. Thawban said the Messenger ﷺ sent an infantry, and he told them, wipe over your turbans and over the khuf, over the shoes or the leather socks. Wipe over them. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu said, وقت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم للمسافر أن يمسح على الخف 3 أيام بلياليهن وقتل المقيم يوما وليلة. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam made it for the traveler. He is okay to wipe over his shoes or socks for 3 days, 3 nights. 3 days, 3 nights, 72 hours. And for the resident, for 1 day and 1 night, 24 hours. Another narration, Ali radiallahu anhu said, وَلَا يَنْزَعْهُمَا مِنْ بَوْلٍ وَلَا غَائِطٍ إِلَّا مِنْ جَنَابَةٍ. And he should not remove them if he is, if he urinated or defecated, except from janaba. If he has to make ghusl of janaba, then he should remove his socks. The الأحاديث في المسح على الخفين، المسح على al-khuffayn, and all of them authentic narrations, and most of those what are narrated by Imam Bukhari and Muslim rahimahullah ta'ala. So if these are the highest rank of narrations, rather the ahadith of khuffayn being categorized as mutawatir hadith, that is narrated by a group of companions and group of tabi'een, and each level of narrators, there will be more than one or more people to narrate the narration of khuffayn. أن يقولوا مما تواتر حديث من كذب ومن بنى لله بيتا واحتسب ورؤية شفاعة والحوض ومسح خفين. وهذه بعض. And these are like verses of poem to show wiping over the socks, wiping over the shoes is a sunnah, and is being confirmed as mutawatir among the ahadith, which is mutawatira, and it is of the highest rank of authenticity among the ahadith. بل بعض العلماء جعل المسح على الخفين من العقيدة. Wiping over the socks is a fiqh issue. Some scholar made it عقيدة issue. ليه؟ لأن الروافض ينكرون المسح على الخفين. الروافض, and don't say Shia, they deny the المسح على الخفين, even it is narrated by Ali radiallahu anhu, which they are taking him as a deity. That is one of the narrators of the hadith. He narrated المسح على الخفين علي رضي الله عنه, وهو اللي قال الدين ما يؤخذ بالعقل. الروافض قالوا الدليلنا في الدين القرآن والسنة والعقل. He said there is no عقل, no analogy. When it comes to the rulings, they said no, there is عقل. We judge the Quran and Sunnah with our عقل. That's what they said. So actually, they have nothing to do with Ali radiallahu anhu following him, except for taking him as a deity, as a god. Ali has nothing to do with that radiallahu tabarak wa ta'ala anhu. كان حنيفا مسلما مثل جده إبراهيم عليه السلام. He was Hanif, a Muslim, not a mushrik, like his great grandfather Ibrahim عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام. طيب. So it's aqidah because this is the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If it is confirmed authentic, then the ruling is confirmed. And if someone is denying it, he is denying Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not just a simple fiqh issue. Anything in the deen of Islam, major or minor, if it is being confirmed through the Quran or the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, denying it will take someone out of the fold of Islam. That's become now a aqidah issue. Okay? Number two. The wiping of the khuf, and khuf was literally something like a socks, but like leather, like today's khuf. It's well known, right? So some scholars said it get to be a leather sock. It get to be from leather. Get to be from leather. But it being confirmed because socks were well known at the time. And the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam commanded the woman not to wear القفازين. أنا كنت بقول الجوار بالله القفازين, which is the gloves, either the niqab or the gloves in the ihram. So it was well known over there, using gloves from textile, using socks from textile. It was there. Number two, the one who's saying that, definitely denying wiping over shoes. Over shoes, because khuf goes all the way to here, and shoes go all the way to the ankle. That's it, and it's a boot, right? And no one says that. All of them, they affirm you wipe over the socks or the khuf and the shoes, both of them. So هذا تعنت ظاهري من هذا الشيء. والأمر عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أننا نصلي في النعال، مش فقط الأحذية، لا النعل الصندة العادية. رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم commanded us to wear sometimes our النعل literally the sandal that we use, our النعل, and to pray in our نعال because Yahud do not do that. He said صلوا في نعالكم فإن يهود لا يصلون في نعالهم. Now, someone can pray over in the na'al. Can he pray on a regular shoes? Can he? Definitely yes. صحيح؟ ها؟ طيب according to that ناخذ بالفهم الظاهري هذا نقول قال في النعل ما قال في الحذاء. ها؟ Can someone say he said the na'al not the حذاء? With them, both of them are worn in the feet, and rather the shoes will cover more than the na'al, right? Huh? So both of them you can pray in them. No difference between a shoe and a na'al, and likewise there is no difference between a jawrab and a khuf. Both of them the same, and with them the shoes they take the same reasoning. طيب. He said also the turban, العمامة. Now, as for the shoes or the socks or the khuf, if someone want to wipe over them, the prerequisite is أنك تدخلهم في تدخل القدمين فيهما وهما على وضوء. When you wear them, shoes, socks, when you wear them, they have to be in a state of طهاره. Like in the morning you made your wudu, you pray Salat al-Fajr, and then you wore your socks and the shoes, and you went for your job to do your job, and then within the day you went to the restroom, you passed the wind. So you nullified your wudu. When it comes for renewing the wudu, you renew and you wash, and you come to your shoes or your socks, you just wipe them from the top, and you do just like this, one time. And it doesn't have to be wet. لا يدينك هما they are wet, and you just wipe like that. Okay, so it is not about getting the shoes or the socks wet, and it's not about cleaning the shoes by the water. No, it is only this. Only this. That's it. And as Ali radiallahu anhu said, you don't have to do this. No. Actually, you don't have to go from the bottom, because the companion said, I saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wiping them from the top. Just you wipe like that from the top. That's it. That's it. And anything called wiping, either you do this or you do both of them like that. That's called wipe, and that's it. Right? هذا ايش هذا المقصود. So the prerequisite, when they go in, they are in a state of wudu. If they are not, then you have to take them off, wash them, then wear them again. Then wear them again. طيب. If somebody is traveling, he has the allowance for his socks or his shoes to stay on for 3 days, 3 nights, 72 hours. If he is a resident, after 42 hours, if he wants to renew the wudu, then he has to take them off. But let's say somebody slept over with his socks on, and he wiped from Fajr, and he woke up the other Fajr. He woke up the Ajr, or like he need to renew the wudu. He doesn't need to renew the wudu, and the time passed. Is the wudu nullified? Most of the scholars, they said yes, it is. You have to take it off and wash. Other scholars, and among them Shaykh Usaymin, he said no, that's not right. Unless you nullify your wudu. Unless you nullify your wudu. Let me give another example. Like somebody wiped from Zuhr time. So Zuhr time, the next day, the time expired, right? But he has his wudu. He doesn't need to renew the wudu. Should he go take them off and make the wudu again? Shaykh al-Islam said no. Unless he need that, he passed the window or he need to go to the restroom. But if he has a valid wudu, he can pray with that. Meaning time will not expire the valid wudu. Time will not expire the valid wudu. But if you need to renew your wudu, it's already expired, then you have to wash. And as we said, 3 days, 3 nights. How about the turban? Is it also 3 days, 3 nights? No. No, because you do not sleep with your turban, right? واحد بيلبس العمة وبينه ها? You don't sleep with the turban on, right? You take it off. طيب. Is it a prerequisite to wipe your head before wearing the turban? Most of the scholars know. Because what you do with the turban, you elevate it a little bit. And you wipe this part here, they call it al-nasiyah. The front part of your head. And then you put it back and you tap over it. That's it. هذا المسح على العمامة. Pull it up a little bit and just the frontal part right here. Right? Just wipe it like that. Put it back and tap over it. You do not have to have hair to wipe, even if somebody is bald. Right? Just wipe this part, put it back and tap it, and that's it. طيب. Sometimes you pray and umama falls down. Right? Your wudu is nullified? No. No, it doesn't. Keep praying your prayer. Your wudu is not nullified. And it has no 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. You can wipe over the umama as long as you want. Huh? There's no 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days. As long as you wish, you want to wipe over it, that's up to you, and you can do that. طيب. Sometimes, some people would have like tight sleeves, right? So it's very hard for them to pull them, right? And I get this question from the sisters. They said some of us will have tight sleeves, right? I say, when they say that, I say, do you wear a ibaya on top of that? Because as for you, this is beauty. Your hand, your arm is beauty, right? Unless you wear the ibaya on top of that. But you cannot show the shape of your legs, neither your arms, right? So just in case that has happened, you cannot wipe over them, men or women. You can't. What is the dalil? Rasulullah ﷺ was making his wudu. And he was wearing a jubba with tight sleeves. So you wash the hands and drain the mouth, the nose, wash the face. Now he couldn't pull the sleeves. What he did? He took them off, both of his arms, took them off, and he brought them from under the ibaya. From under the ibaya, he brought his arms and he washed them from under. He pulled it up, he washed, then he put it back again. Right? So he did that, he could have wiped over it. He did not. He did not. So wiping is not over the arm, neither over the other part than the head or the shoes. Right? طيب, women had scarves or khimar. Should they tap over it? But I know there is no dalil for that. And women used to have the khimar during the time of Rasulullah ﷺ. Rasulullah never commanded them to wipe over it. But I heard something today weird from Shaykh al-Islam. That is, the women used to have something rubbing themselves all the time. Winter time or even inside the home, and they used to wipe over it. I don't know from where they got this. I don't know where the Sheikh got this. Allah Tabarak Ta'ala. But there is no dalil. And if something was there available during the time of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he did not say anything about it, and there is no mention that is the companions used to do this, so we're not allowed to do something that was there for them. And we say, it is difficult today, it was difficult for them too. Plus, the woman is not like men. You do the wudu everywhere, right? The woman, if you want to do wudu, she cannot do it in public. Sahih? Huh? She has to go somewhere private and make her wudu because she's going to expose herself. Right? So no for that. Huh? Wipe your hair and wash the other part, but she can also wipe over the socks or the shoes or the hoof if she is wearing one, but do not treat the khimar like a turban, because that wasn't the case with the sahabiyat, the female companions. One last thing, the woman has those socks which they call it a see-through. A see-through, right? Huh? If a woman is wearing that, she should not consider that as a socks that covering her. And if she is doing that for the sake of beauty, unless that is for her own husband. But sometimes it's very cold and they say this is like they use it like warming themselves. If that is the case, then in case of salat, and she cover her feet, or she uses a thicker socks to wear on top of that. She cannot pray with that. She cannot pray with that. And the scholar said, anything that you see the color of the skin from behind it, that is not covering the awrah. That is not covering the awrah. So if someone wearing a jilbab, or the qamis that we Sudanese we use it under the jilbab, this one here, some of them has very, very thin texture. Has very thin texture. And you could see the color of his skin from behind it, like a see-through. You cannot pray with that. عراك تقدر تشوف لون الجلد من وراه، هذا ما تقدر ايش؟ ما تقدر تصلي بهم. And likewise those see-through socks, right? So wiping over them, Shaykh Uthaymeen said don't do that unless you have something on top of it. So that is not to be considered. طيب. How if the socks, about the socks having holes on it? Some scholars said if it has holes, like as big as like this one, then it's nullified. ليه؟ لأنه قاسوه على الوضوء. That's not right, as Shaykh al-Islam said, and Shaykh Uthaymeen said. Because that, in wudu you wash. In wudu, you wash. When you are wearing your shoes, you wipe. So whether it has holes or not, that doesn't do anything to your wudu. Your wudu is valid with a perfect socks or socks worn out or has holes on it, and as long as you call it socks. I'm sorry, I said that's the last thing, not the last thing. You have some socks goes to the ankle up to here, right? Socks up to here, and the new socks are barely covering the bottom of your feet. صح? That one you cannot wipe over them. That one you cannot wipe over them. Okay? Khifaf, all the khifaf goes above the ankle bone. Anything goes below the ankle bone or with the ankle bone, those are not socks. They are not considered socks because the hoof go all the way over the ankle bone. Right? Unless they are shoes you are okay to wipe over them because they are shoes. Any question?
I have maybe 3 questions. The first one is, even if the shoes are under the ankle bone, is it okay to wipe over them?
Sheikh Abad was asked this question. He said it's okay.
The second one is, how thick should the socks be to wipe over them? Should it just cover the
Just
skin?
covering, like you cannot see the skin behind the texture, the socks.
That's it?
That's it. thin or like thick, that's not a problem. The only socks that you are not allowed to wear with them, the see-through socks. Actually, they are not there to do the duty of the regular socks. They're just like some sort of beauty, right?
So third one,
Go ahead.
the last one is it a matter of lack of water or like wiping over the socks is just
No, that's a sunnah.
because that's
That's a sunnah. It's not like tayammum. That's a sunnah. You don't have to take it off.
and this is what we are supposed to.
Actually, sometimes, so sometimes it's not only just why, because that's Yahud doesn't do that. They have to pray bare feet. Okay? So this is going against Yahud. Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu saw a man when he came to Salat al-Janazah. He took off his shoes. He said, "Why? Are you in the mountain of At-Tur?" Because Musa, Allah told him what? "Ikhla'na alayk, innaka bil-wadi al-muqaddasi tuwa." Are you in the wadi al-muqaddas? Or what are you doing? Huh? Pray on your shoes. Pray on your shoes. Okay? Now there is a carpet. You don't come with shoes actually, right? But you are outside or somewhere, like pray on your shoes. That's the sunnah.
Like if you are in a park or something.
Yes. معلش هو قبلكم and he is before you.
No.
You don't have questions. Go ahead.
Mentioned about women making their wudu in private.
أيوة.
So in some cases where they are in a large crowd, like in harams, I've seen women bring the water in a jar, and instead of walking all the way back, they use that container to make wudu and grab the washover in a bag and then tie it and then they drop it when they leave the haram. Is that permitted for them to do that if they're out in the public?
If you can run away with that. Because they are making it very tight. Actually, haram is a special case.
Let's say Medina.
Both of them, like you lose your place or you go for wudu, it will be very difficult to come back again. As for Medina, I don't know. I don't know for Medina because Medina they have like the proper everywhere. You have the
Right.
you don't have an excuse for that.
Right. In some cases,
But-
there's anybody calls and the wudu area you have to walk.
They are not supposed to do that. That's not right, especially in Medina. It's everywhere. MashaAllah, Medina, the facility, MashaAllah, is almost you can say perfect, right?
If you come in early, as you said, when you come back, you will lose your spot.
But the problem you use it because a haram in Medina, it has the carpet on it. It has the mats, right?
Right.
You start making wudu inside, you're going to make a big mess, right? Unless you go outside. Even if you go outside, it's very comfortable, whether in or out, right? Just be mentioned, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala.
So in the haram itself, they can do that.
In haram, yes, because like, especially Hajj time or like Umrah of Ramadan, if you nullify the wudu, you want to go out for wudu, you may not come back again, and they may not allow you to finish your tawaf. You come tomorrow.
Right.
Like millions, like day of Eid or second day of Eid, or like the last 10 days, there'll be around 10 millions there. So you nullify your wudu, you want to go out, no way you are coming in. All the doors are locked. One time, alhamdulillah, we were in Hajj, and they didn't tell us the haram was locked. So we went in, and we found the first floor, the access to the haram itself, to the Kaaba, was locked. So instead of making tawaf, we told them, you know what, let's go and do it in the second floor. We went to the second floor, it was locked. We went to the third, till we reached the roof. It was locked, and they sent us all the way back. When we came back to the first floor, it was locked, and they took us outside. They didn't tell us go. They only read the doors, right? Just the police would tell you, just go around. We made a full tawaf around haram, full circle from outside. From outside. Okay, and they said, okay, keep going. Then we realized that we're going around. And no door open at all. And they were just want us to keep us going like that. We went out, we did the tawaf after 3 days. 3 days, and after that we could do the tawaf. So something like that to happen. You want to go outside and make wudu, just say, Allah يعوضك الطواف. تعالي من ثاني.
Yeah, in some cases they have small babies, they can't leave the babies, they can't take them. So in that situation they can also make.
Yeah, this is a special case. For haram, it's a special case all the time. Yes.
So in Haram, I see people like making a wudu with bukhar water.
With what?
Bukhar.
Bukhar?
Yeah. You know the little
Spray.
Yeah, spray. Is that allowed? 'Cause-
No, it is not. You have to wash. Do you wash with that?
No.
سبحانك ربي. السبراي. تمسك بتاعت المكوى هذه تاخذها انت وبتاكله في هدومك. Huh? It's like ironing your what is this? You have to wash. غسل فاغسلوا. When you spray it, you make غسل. سبحانك ربي.
Yeah.
How they do the غسل?
Say that
استنشاق. they don't do استنشاق.
Huh?
How can you do استنشاق?
سبحانك ربي. Go ahead.
you have to run the water, you have to,
Huh?
you have to run the water.
Yes.
So in that bottle that I'm talking about, when you press down on it, the water flows
Yes.
from that. So that is a flowing water. So that container is usable for the.
Yes.
Okay.
Now.
We made a wudu with the socks, went outside, we found out that the socks are different or dirty or something. When I go back, I took off the socks. So do I have to do another wudu or?
If someone took off his socks or his shoes, is not wudu nullified? Most of the scholars they said yes, it is. Some said no, the wudu is still valid, and among them Shaykh Uthaymeen. If you took both of them or one of them, he said the wudu is valid. Allahu a'lam. I go with them. If you took your socks, one of them or both of them, then your wudu is nullified. Now.
So what if you your wudu, then you wash your socks, and then throughout the day somehow, or you realize there's a hole, small hole, bottom of your
Hole is not a problem. Small hole, big one, is not a problem. You can wipe over socks with holes. That's okay. Yes.
You say you can wipe the shoes as well?
Yes.
If you are playing with the shoes or if you're not playing with the shoes, are you can still wipe? Are you allowed to wipe the shoes only if you play with the shoes or you can
Why then you wipe over them if you're not praying with them?
Some people
Why?
did in the winter, some people like to wipe the shoes.
Okay, and then you want to take them off? Then wipe over the socks.
Just wipe the socks.
Wipe over the socks. Right? You don't want to pray with the shoes on, right? Wipe over your socks. Yes.
How many times?
One time. Jazakallah. One time. It's not 3 times. Just one time. One time.
يعني الخف والجورب يعني مواد مختلفة.
هذا هو لو قلت مواد مختلفة
كيف
هل
كيف يعني
كيف والحذاء مش مادة مختلفة؟ الحذاء مش مادة مختلفة
عن ماذا؟
عن الجورب
Yeah.
أو عن الخف. الحذاء لو كان مثلا من بلاستيك مثلا أو ميكس بتوين مادة مختلفة. جيد؟ يعني نقول الآن ما تمسح إلا على الخف فقط. الحذاء ما تمسح عليه ولا. أديك الأعجب من هذا. ثبت أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مسح على النعال. مسح على وإيش النعل؟ النعل سيور. مسح عليها وصلى. This is confirmed that Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم over نعل, the sandal. And it's just stripes, right? Huh? It doesn't cover like a khuf, right? And he prayed with that. صحيح؟ نعم. نعم. نعم.
You talked about the turban or the imama in a way. Can you repeat that in a sense? Because can you do the same thing with the
لا
wearing?
with a kufi. No, because kufi just take it off and wipe.
Just,
Yeah.
but you can.
Just wipe over here and tap over the turban. If it's just a kufi, take it off and wipe and that's it. Yeah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك.